Hello everyone. Welcome to this channel Jikook universe. In this video we will discuss something interesting and definitely a shame to miss. Come on, watch until the end. There's something about the way Jungkook looks at Jimin that makes the world stop for a moment. It's a gaze that's not feigned, not crafted for the camera, and not intended for anyone but Jimin himself. It's a gaze that carries 1,000 unspoken words, yet it's felt by all who see it. Fans have long noticed. Jungkook has a protective side that only emerges when it comes to Jimin. One of the most iconic moments was when a staff member tried to touch Jimin's shoulder. Without hesitation, Jungkook took a step forward, swatting the person's hand away with a gentle yet meaningful gesture. It wasn't anger but a boundary. The gesture said more than 1,000 words. Jimin isn't for me to touch. He's important to me. I will protect him. A moment like that may be brief, but for fans who pay attention it leaves a lasting impression. Because in one simple gesture, there's an honesty, care and connection that's hard to describe in words. And interestingly, this kind of gesture isn't just an occasional occurrence. It's recurrent in different forms over the years. In one of their live broadcasts, seemingly simple to the public, it held profound meaning for those who truly watched. Jungkook and Jimin sat side by side, laughing, telling stories, sharing long, unwavering gazes. There was a comfort that's hard to achieve even for close friends, let alone in front of a camera. They seemed to create their own world amidst the noise of the world. When they were together, the atmosphere changed. The cameras might be rolling, but they weren't distracted. They spoke to each other in their own language. A language without words, but full of meaning. Jimin leaned in and Jungkook welcomed him without thinking. They touched each other not because the audience demanded it, but because it had become a habit, a part of everyday life that didn't need to be hidden. Every interaction, from the big to the smallest, a laugh, a nod, a handshake, a glance, felt like a silent conversation understood only by them. Many fans described them as newlyweds, not because they were looking for a sensation, but because of an aura of sincerity that couldn't be faked. Their closeness didn't feel artificial, and that was precisely why it was so touching. Then came a new incident. Jungkook was spotted at Incheon Airport. Many wondered where he was going, but it was soon revealed that he was visiting to meet his close friend, Cha Eun-woo, who was leaving for his mandatory military service. But out of nowhere, rumors emerged. Some who believed the Jikook theory claimed that Jungkook had secretly traveled with Taehyung to Japan. The narrative spread quickly, reinforced by still images, baseless assumptions and forced personal interpretations. The truth was, Taehyung was in Los Angeles. There was no evidence connecting them at the time. But when reality didn't match expectations, some people still tried to piece together the puzzle that never quite fit. Meanwhile, if we look back and see who Jungkook has truly been close to over time, the answer is always the same: Jimin. They grew up together. From trainee days to global superstars. They've been through thick and thin together. They didn't need to announce anything because the world could already see it. In various occasions, interviews, concerts, live broadcasts, there are always moments where Jungkook and Jimin create their own little space, impenetrable to anyone. They might be sitting among the other members, but when they look at each other, it's just the two of them. One thing keeps emerging: consistency. Not just in physical gestures but also in expressions, tone of voice and small gestures. Jungkook tends to lower his voice when talking to Jimin, as if he doesn't want anyone to hear. And Jimin, with a small smile tugging at the corner of his lips, always seems brighter when Jungkook is around. It's no coincidence. This kind of relationship doesn't develop overnight. It takes time, it takes trust, and it requires a loyal presence. They are present for each other, not just in public but also in moments never captured by the camera. On stage, their closeness is even more evident. They dance in unison without needing to look at each other. They sing together as if sharing breath. And between songs they search for each other. Their gazes are not directed at the audience but at each other. As if to make sure, you are here, I am too. Even in silence they spoke. In small gestures, like touching hair, adjusting microphones, touching each other's backs. There was a silent conversation that couldn't be explained, only felt. And that's what led many to believe they had more than just a simple friendship. Not everyone could understand it. But for those who had followed Jimin and Jungkook's journey for a long time, it felt consistent, honest, and genuine. Not just viral moments, but fragments of intimacy that made up the mosaic of their relationship. From the unintentional chuckles to the unintentional touches. And when they sat side by side, sharing space so naturally, Jimin resting his head on Jungkook's shoulder, Jungkook responding with a warm hug, it all made sense. Not because they were trying to make a show, but because for them closeness wasn't a choice. It was part of who they were. In a world filled with rumors and theories, the most honest things are the small, unplanned things. Like the way they leaned in, like how Jungkook looked at Jimin from the corner of the room, or how Jimin instinctively reached for Jungkook's hand when the camera panned. It all happened without a script, without instructions, and without the need for justification. Because love, in whatever form it takes, doesn't require much explanation. It's seen in how someone chooses to be present. And Jungkook was always there for Jimin. And vice versa. Thank you for accompanying the sweet story of Jimin and Jungkook today. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss their next special moment. See you in the next video, Jikookers.